back in Sentinels in the Multiverse, and since I don't have anything to upload at the moment, my voice is kind of shot, I figured I'd go ahead and do a weekly one-shot. So if you're not familiar with how these work, challenges are put up every week. You can see that there are 12 hours left in this one. Unfortunately, this requires guys, and I think that's an alternative raw, which I don't have, so I can't do this one. But some of these actually do work with the base expansion. The one we'll be doing is the one I did right here, Barren Blade Returns. You can see I got this already with a good, I don't know what the local means, but this was the first one put out, and we'll be fighting the Mad Bomber Barren Blade, and we have to use all variants in order to do this. So this is Legacy's variant, Bunker's variant, Tachyon's, and Wraith. Now, I don't know if all of these are actually available in the base game, but they let you do it anyway. So, let's pull this open. And this is not ordinary Barren Blade, it's Mad Bomber, his alternate. You think yourself so clever. Your father knew to fear me. You shall learn. You're crazier than you are dangerous, and you're really dangerous. Now, unfortunately, we're in Megalopolis, the fourth city, well, the fourth location inside of the game. And this is the worst one of the bunch. So to explain how Mad Bomber Blade works, whenever a villain target enters play, it goes under the card, it gets destroyed. He can't have anything out other than him. And then he damages fire elemental damage based on the number of cards underneath this. When you run his HP out, he only has 30, he flips, all the cards under him are shuffled back into the deck, and basically the same thing goes on. Here, ongoing cards or equipment are destroyed. X is the number of cards under the card at the flip. All cards under this are moved to the villain deck. Villain deck is shuffled. Deals damage to the highest target based on the number of cards in the trash. And then whenever a target enters play, it's destroyed, so his minions and stuff like that. As for Legacy, New Legacy, she has Atomic Glare, basically eye lasers, deals damage. For GI Bunker here, she makes it so that, I don't know if it's a she or not, it looks kind of feminine to me, but damage cannot be reduced by whoever you mark. Tachyon, this is the super scientific variant. You reveal the bottom two cards of a deck. If they share a keyword, put them into play. If not, discard them. We're going to be using this on her so we can deal out some massive burst damage. And as for Wraith, this is Mystery Comics Wraith. You can look at the environment deck and discard the top card there, which is what we'll be using because the environment here sucks. Now, I should explain something. For the weekly one-shots, there is no RNG at work here. All of the cards are fixed. So all 25 cards have a specific sequence. They will always be the same. There's no random seeds, nothing. We will have the same starting hands all the time, all of it. Now, that does not mean that there's only one way to win. In fact, there's actually multiple ways. So right there, he healed himself, but nothing could be done. You saw that he destroyed a card, so he'll deal an extra damage next turn. We're going to use this so that we can damage him for 4 damage and get a new card. Heroic Interception, and then we are going to use her Atomic Glare for another 4 damage. So just like that, we took off about a quarter of his health, a little bit more than that. Now I'm going to use the ammo drop here, so whenever he destroys cards, I can then get cards myself. I use the damage reduction because there isn't really much else to use. From here on out, I'm probably going to just use the stuff on the environment. So there isn't really much for me to use on her, but we'll start using her experiment. Okay, we'll put Nimble Strike into play. Deals 1 damage, irreducible. We get a card. That allows us to destroy the annoying environment cards. We get Bolster Allies. Adhesive Foam Grenade. Blinding Speed. Stun Bolt. So we could play something here, but there really isn't much reason to, so I'm going to skip. Actually, hold on. Since he doesn't get any cards, let's just pop this. And we get a Sonic Vortex. Now this is the single most annoying card in this environmental deck. Paparazzi on the scene. Heroes cannot use their powers. At the start of the environment turn, you can each discard one card to destroy this. So that means Tachyon can't do anything, no eye lasers, nothing. We can either play it or we can trash the sucker. All damage is melee, all damage is increased. Next turn that gets destroyed. I can work with that. It's going to cause a little bit of pain here, but you don't run low on hit points in this fight. So +2 here. +1, +1, +1. His defense platform's going to get destroyed. That's going to get destroyed. We are going to send that right back at him. Each player discards one card. We are going to sack the Heroic Interception, one maintenance unit. We'll pass on the Sonic Vortex. Oh, smoke bombs. So I could use Bolster Allies, but I think I'm good for cards. So we'll use Motivational Charge here. It's going to deal 4 damage. I could Eye Laser him for an extra 1, but I want to pass out 1 hit point to all my allies. I can use Next Evolution to completely nullify all damage here because of the melee effect in play. But we're going to send out the Adhesive Foam Grenade, and I should have been drawing cards as he discarded stuff. Heavy Plating. Hold on, how many cards? 4? Yeah, we'll do it. So we have to discard 2 cards here. I'm going to get rid of the Supersonic Response because that's another burst card in my trash now. That Sucker Punch would be nice to discard. Now I'm going to take my chances with the environment and pop a Stun Bolt here. It's going to reduce his damage. And I need that to get the Utility Belt out. Now I'm gonna have to sacrifice some cards here, so I'm thinking I want to put out Next Evolution in order just to let it get destroyed. Then again, I could bolster allies. So this will only do 3 damage. I can finish him off with Wraith here, not a big deal. Gonna put the Heavy Plating into effect, I think. Actually, hold on, what do I have in here? Maintenance unit? Yeah, it doesn't really matter what I do here. Let's just toss out the maintenance unit, I can heal up a bit. I actually could have finished him right there if I had used the Atomic Glare, but not a big deal. I might still be able to finish him here. Quick Insight, draw 3, discard 2. Sucker Punch is gone. I want to see this one. Yeah, that's trash. So you can see your cards here all favor you messing with the environment. So let's toss out our utility belt. We want that in play. I'm gonna toss out the eyepiece. Doesn't really matter what I do. Now I can play 2 powers here because of the utility belt. Sunbolt should do... Let me just make sure. Projectile damage by 1. Yeah, that'll work. Let's trash that. I may regret that, but we'll see. So I have to sacrifice 3 cards, such as this eyepiece, this next evolution, and since ammo drop isn't working, I'm sacking that. Hey, new eyepiece. Oh, I should showcase that. So he can't do any damage because of Hypersonic Assault. That goes underneath it. Or that goes straight into the trash, that's right. Start of the environment turn, this card deals the 2 targets with the highest HP 5 damage. And in case you're wondering, that will include him, I believe. Now, since she doesn't have much for HP, this isn't going to help her that much. Instead, we could use Takedown. That's going to cause her to take some damage here. And I'm just going to use the Atomic Eyes. Another next evolution. There we go. So draw a card, play a card. You get to play an additional card. We'll take that out. Okay, I get to put 2 cards into play. First of which is going to be Sonic Vortex. Then Lightning Reflex allows me to play another card here. I have 11 burst cards in my discard pile. Let's do it. I may get lucky and draw another one. I don't remember the order of her cards. Damn it. Okay, I have the grappling hook to destroy an environment card. Combat stance will allow me to counterattack him. But I'm going to put out the Razor Ordnance. And we're going to ignore the environment and just try to deal some damage here. Stun Bolt is going to mitigate some of his damage here. Not so much against Legacy, unfortunately, because of the whole Nemesis bonus that does carry over to the daughter. Nothing from the environment, courtesy of Bunker. gonna play this because I need more cards with Tachyon. That could help. And I think this is the end of the fight. Because Bunker I get to play the Flak Cannon for. There's the grenade launcher. So you can see that if you don't have everything under control by now, the decks start giving you some damage cards. One target, one melee damage. Pushing the limits. Just want to get rid of that. Let's discard that, and we'll draw 2. So in the event that's not over, we'll prepare the combat stance, but I'm pretty sure this alone should do it. Okay, stun bolt. And that's the first of the weekly one-shots. So for completing this at all, you get good. And to pull this open once again, there are 4 ranks here. In case you're wondering what they are, you have good, which is just beating it at all. There's mint, which is beating it on your first try. Near mint, which is beating it while doing a rewind. I haven't shown any rewinds in the game yet, but you're able to do so. And then there's a third one for just beating it within the time limit, regardless of how many tries it takes you. So the worst you can do is good, like this one, and if you're picking up the game just now, most of these you'll only be able to get good for. I'm not going to be able to get any mints until I can get the Season Pass. But one of the things I am looking at is just doing these until I catch up, and we'll see how it pans out. I don't know if I can do this one. Oh well. But anyway, that's it for now. You got to see the first of the weekly one-shots, and hopefully they become a regular thing. We'll see. Until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.